Okay, so you want to be in the know, right? You want to get to the bottom of things faster. You are in the right place, my friend. Today, we're diving deep into something that's been making waves for a long time. Turmeric, the golden spice that everyone in wellness seems to be talking about.
That's it. You know turmeric from your spice rack, I bet. Maybe you've heard about all the good things it can do for you.
Right.
We're going to go way deeper than that in this deep dive. We'll look at the history and the science based on the stuff you sent us. We'll see why people have loved it for so long and why it's so good for you.
Totally. And you know, a lot of you are into natural health, and the turmeric story goes way back. Our sources say over 3,000 years to the Vedic era.
Wow.
That's like way before any of our modern trends.
It is. For all that time, turmeric has been more than just something you cook with. It's a big part of Indian culture. The texts say it's used in rituals and ceremonies, so it's not just about taste.
And we call it turmeric, right? But the text also calls it Haldi.
Right?
It's cool how different cultures have their own names for these natural things. Yeah.
It shows that we all have this shared human experience of finding things in nature that are good for us.
Exactly. Calling it Haldi shows just how much it's part of everyday life in India. But no matter the name, the real power of turmeric comes from one special ingredient.
Okay, let's get down to business.
Sure.
Curcumin. That's the word that keeps popping up when we talk about all the health benefits of turmeric. Seems like it's doing all the heavy lifting.
Yeah, you could say that. Curcumin is the main active compound that's behind most of turmeric's healing power. So basically, when we say turmeric is good for you, we're mostly talking about how curcumin works in your body.
So where do we even start with all these benefits?
I know, right?
The sources list a ton. Let's start with pain and inflammation. That's something I think a lot of people struggle with.
Totally. The texts talk a lot about turmeric as a natural pain reliever and anti-inflammatory. The interesting thing is that curcumin actually works on a bunch of different inflammatory pathways in the body. It blocks certain enzymes like COX2, which is what a lot of those over-the-counter pain meds target. It seems almost too simple, but it's been used for ages. The source even mentions Haldi Doodh, which is warm milk with turmeric in it. It's a traditional remedy for aches and pains. It makes you think about how much wisdom there is in these ancient practices.
It really shows you that observing something for centuries can lead to some pretty effective remedies.
Yeah.
The texts also say that turmeric is antibacterial and antiseptic, and that people used to use it to help cuts and wounds heal. This idea of helping your body heal in many different ways is a big part of a lot of traditional healing systems.
Okay, so it can help with aches and cuts.
Yeah.
That's pretty straightforward. But then the source goes on to talk about brain health, like how it can boost your memory. How can a spice affect something as complex as our brains?
Well, the texts say that curcumin might protect against neurodegeneration. Neurodegeneration is when your brain cells basically start to break down and stop working as well.
Right.
Research shows that curcumin can get past the blood-brain barrier, and its antioxidant properties might help protect brain cells from damage.
The source even says that adding turmeric to kids' food, like in dolls and vegetables, could help their brains develop, and that it might help older people avoid memory problems. Sounds like a good reason to use more turmeric when we cook.
I think so. It's definitely a strong argument for adding it to your diet regularly, and the benefits don't stop there. The deep dive also mentions turmeric's potential to help with depression, which is super important for our well-being.
That's so interesting. How can a spice affect something as complicated as our mood?
The sources explain that curcumin might help balance out key neurotransmitters, like dopamine and serotonin.
Okay.
You can think of neurotransmitters as messengers in your brain.
Yeah.
Dopamine is linked to feeling good and being motivated, while serotonin is important for mood, sleep, and appetite. So the idea is that having turmeric regularly could help keep your mood stable and positive.
Wow, that's amazing. This little spice has so much going on.
I know.
And then we get to something that a lot of people worry about: cancer prevention.
Yeah, the texts make a link between long-term inflammation and a higher risk of cancer. And then they point out curcumin's anti-cancer properties, saying it can regulate those inflammatory processes. But it's important to remember that while lab studies have shown that curcumin can stop cancer cells from growing and even kill them off in some cases, we still need more research on how this works in people.
The text suggests something really simple, like drinking warm water or herbal tea with a pinch of turmeric every day as a way to maybe help prevent cancer. You don't have to make huge changes to your life.
Exactly. It's often those small, everyday habits that can add up and make a big difference to your health in the long run.
That's so true. And speaking of staying healthy, the sources also talk about turmeric being good for your immune system.
Right.
That seems extra important these days. The texts say it boosts immunity and has antiviral properties. That warm turmeric milk before bed is sounding even better now.
I agree. And there's a recipe for an immune-boosting drink with honey, black pepper, ginger, and turmeric. It shows how turmeric can work with other healthy ingredients to give your immune system a real boost. The black pepper is important because it helps your body absorb more curcumin.
Oh, that's a good tip. It's not just about eating turmeric, but making sure your body can actually use it. Okay, let's move on to something else that people are really into. Beautiful glowing skin.
Of course. The texts explain that turmeric can slow down oxidation, which is what makes our cells age. This could help prevent wrinkles and keep your skin looking young.
Right.
Antioxidants, like the ones in curcumin, protect our cells from damage caused by free radicals.
And they mention those antibacterial and antiseptic properties again, but this time for preventing acne and breakouts. It's incredible how the same things that make turmeric good for your body also seem to be good for your skin.
It really is. And they have some simple home remedies you can try, like mixing turmeric with milk to lighten dark circles, or making a face mask with turmeric and curd for a natural glow.
I bet people are already thinking about trying those tonight. But before everyone gets too excited, the sources do say we should be careful about a few things, right? It's not a magic cure-all.
You're right. It's important to be aware of the downsides, too. The texts say that we should be careful about how much turmeric we eat. Too much can cause some digestive issues like bloating, acid reflux, gas, or even diarrhea.
Right.
It's always a good idea to listen to your body and see how it reacts.
And they also have a warning for people taking blood thinners because turmeric naturally thins the blood. That's something you definitely need to talk to your doctor about before you start eating a lot of turmeric or taking supplements.
Absolutely. You need to have all the facts and make smart choices about your health.
So when you put it all together, this golden spice of wellness really does live up to its name. The sources call it a miraculous spice, and they're not wrong. It can really improve your life in so many ways. It might help prevent diseases and even manage some health conditions.
It's true. The main takeaway from the texts is that it's a good idea to make turmeric part of your daily routine, especially when you're feeling under the weather.
Right.
Whether it's starting your day with warm turmeric water or having turmeric milk at night, it can be both preventative and therapeutic.
And don't forget about those skin benefits. It's like one natural ingredient can make you feel good on the inside and look good on the outside.
Exactly. It's this idea of taking care of your whole self where something natural can help you in lots of different ways.
So for all of you listening out there, think about this. We've seen how turmeric has been used for centuries, and we're learning more and more about curcumin. Could adding this ancient spice to your modern life be a simple but powerful way to live a healthier life? It's something to consider.